Hey y'all, how you doing? Well, how's the volume by the way? Is it good? Let me check myself just to make sure before we get too far in. That sounds fine. I'll just adjust a little bit down. How y'all doing? It's Wednesday. It's February 1st, and that means I'm finally making good on that whole sticker special idea, which is what this stream is, the sticker special. I got this game here, Paper Mario Sticker Star, one of my least favorite games of all time. And over the last 2 months, I have been promising that I would do one level per sub during December, and then I pushed it out to January, so I had to include the December and the January subs. So that's what's over there. The starting point here is 6 levels. That's the minimum we have to do. And you know, during the stream, anyone can add one, and you know, it'll add one. Do I have the 2 cards right now? Can add one, and you know, it'll work subathon style. That will extend the stream out. I don't know like how long exactly the game is, or how long each level will take me. So not sure if I'll be able to do, like, if I were to get enough to do the whole game tonight, we might have to do a second instant, but you know, that's a second stream. But honestly, that would be a good problem to have. I'll say, like, just as a rule of thumb, I'm not gonna stay up late enough where it would disrupt my workday tomorrow. You know, it is a work night after all. But otherwise, we'll go as long as short of that, we'll go as long as needed to make good on this shit, on these subs. Before we get going, a couple of things up top. First off, it's snowing here. Well, it's not really snowing anymore, but it's new. It snowed, and yeah, fucking outside, covered in ice and snow. I went out there yesterday, bundled the fuck up, and, you know, looked around, was like, oh man, this is pretty. Kinda wish I had taken the time to go to the farther location, but I kind of felt it was better to stick close to home, you know, given that, you know, the roads are all icy and shit, so, you know, if I'm not careful, you could get stranded, you know, 5 minutes from home. If you're not too careful, even if it's just, you know, a intersection away, that can be a big long distance if you're not careful in this snowy, icy conditions. And by the way, for those who are not from like areas like this, like Texas, where like if we get snow, it's overnight and gone like within 48 hours typically. Ice is the real danger. Where, like, yeah, the snow melts day one, and then it refreezes overnight, and then you got some icy as fuck roads, which I think is the current state out there. I feel good about stocking up the other day. That was a good decision. Definitely gonna help me, you know, be able to eat through this. So yeah, that's what's going on with the weather outside. Hell of a thing, but you know, by this time tomorrow, the road, maybe not this time tomorrow, but this time on like Saturday, everything will be fine. There'll be no snow, no ice, none of that. It'll be rainy probably, but not frozen, not icy by then. Second thing, just want to do this again. Follow up on the t-shirt design I did during the Sunday stream. I did a big Sunday stream during which I made this t-shirt. This Animal Crossing t-shirt, based off a Yeti t-shirt that actually exists. It turned out really well. The tweet on Twitter got retweeted by a bunch of folks, including the Yeti itself, and went on to get like, say 60 likes, which to me that's a lot. I know there are folks for whom 60 likes is like, you know, they see that and go like, oh, it wasn't that successful. I see 60 likes and I go, God damn, that's one of the top things I've, you know, put out into the world. I guess excluding, you know, you know, levels in Mario Maker. I've done levels in Mario Maker that have like that many likes, you know, thousands of likes even. But Mario Maker aside, for a tweet I do to do that kind of numbers is makes me feel good. It makes me almost want to not stop paying attention to Twitter. Though I have mostly stopped paying attention to Twitter now that Tweetbot is dead. So there's the T-shirt. You can get it, you know, in Animal Crossing. I think it came out really lovely. I mean, look at that. Doesn't that? When you look at that, don't you go like, God damn, the way that it all came together, the color choices, I also feel like it's like something about the way that in Animal Crossing New Horizons, all shirts are like areas are sort of like curved at the sides, right? There's sort of a degree of, I want to say anti-aliasing, that might not be the word, though. There's a degree of like algorithmic shaping of the areas based on some formula, and I think I manipulated it such that, you know, areas that aren't supposed to be connected are not connected, and areas that are supposed to be connected are largely connected, and it looks good. Anyway, you can check that out. That's all I had for up front stuff. Let's get into the game. Now, I'm not sure like how long this stream will be, but we're gonna play it by ear, and I'll do as many levels as warranted. Now, all right, let's get into it. And please work. Okay, good. It wasn't accepting input for a while before I started streaming. And you also might notice that I don't know that it's running at full speed all the time, so fuck, we're gonna have to just take our chances, I think, and hope for the best. Anyway, apparently there's a sticker comet that's coming to the Mushroom Kingdom, and Paper Mario, typically plots is very important, but as you can see, this one sucks, so it's not as important. It's kind of a whatchamacallit, you know, sort of tossed out bullshit thing. You know, the kind of plot you'd see in other Mario games, like Mario Tennis for the GameCube has a more elaborate plot than this game does. And more characters as well, I imagine, because you got Wario, you got Waluigi in like the opening scene, you got the whole cast of like playable tennis people, whereas here you just got Mario, Peach, Bowser, and a hat. I'm pretty sure. Not like Cappy, an uncool hat. You don't actually wear this hat. Hello, Gary312X. How you doing? Anyway, that's the plot. He's got a crown. I don't remember this crown. First time I played this, I must have been trying to appreciate it. So I guess the first time I played it, I must have been watching this going like, okay, this is a plot. It's not as Okay, maybe. You know, Paper Mario. Are you using a 3DS emulator or a capture card? I'm using, yeah, I'm using an emulator. Oh, do you have to touch the screen here? Oh my fucking god. Okay. My controller stopped responding. I am using Citra, yes. Hang on 1 second. God. Let me try replacing my batteries. God damn it, my controller sometimes does this, and the solution previously has been to sometimes restart the whole thing. But man, I don't want to rewatch that cutscene, do I? I'm just gonna try switching out the batteries and seeing if that helps. 1 second. Ugh. Nope, turned off again. I don't know what the fuck is up with this. This thing. I've noticed this with some emulators recently. Like I'll I'm restarting now. This has given me, by the way, to get this set up, has given me a whole bunch of technical issues, so I guess I'm not surprised it would just stop working like that. Turning back on the controller. Okay, it's back on now. And it seems to be responding. Okay, good. Oh, and let me get it back up in OBS. You can hear it, by the way. And, okay, you can see it as well. Perfect, okay. Alright, it's Nintendo A. Gotta remember that. Alright. Can you skip? Oh my god. Okay, story time again. It's gonna run through the story. I would have tried doing a save state, but last time I tried that with Citrus. That just caused more crashes. I don't know if that was just like the version of Citrus that existed at the time. Or Citra. Sorry, Citra that existed at the time. Or if it was, I don't know if that was like specific to that version or what, but I don't want to risk it. I don't want to risk it. Meanwhile, why don't I just talk to you about something that happened in the world? Why don't I just do that while we have to see this cutscene again? Technical issues. I hope that we can save after this. So if anything goes wrong, you know. Did you hear how Netflix is to crack down on password sharing? AKA RIP Netflix. Yeah, so that news just went out like last night that Netflix is finally doing the thing, pulling the cord and going in on you know, shutting out people with who don't live in the same house sharing passwords. It's just when you look at the policy, it's like, oh my god, you guys are out of your fucking minds, you know? It's bad. You know, like here's the specifics of the policy. It's going to check based on like, oh, Wi-Fi, network, and IP to make sure you're in your house. And if a device is not in your house for a month, then it's determined to be not your device and is blocked out. And also there's some stuff with like there's some weird stuff around like if you're traveling as well. I think that this decision makes no sense, and there's multiple ways to think about it, right? And I've gone through them all, like you know, just like talking through it on Discords and stuff over the last day or two. There is the fact that Netflix already charges a higher amount to have 2 streams at one time, and an even higher amount to have 4 streams at one time. What the fuck is the point of that upcharge if you can't, you know, share an Netflix account. That's the whole idea of having that upcharge to be, okay, to not boot a person off when there's another person on the same account watching at the same time. That's the whole idea. And I think they'll find, first off, what'll happen is a lot of people will move from the 2 streams at one time tier to the 1 stream at one time tier. At which point, you know, they're gonna be losing off on a couple dollars a month, just to start with. Furthermore, more people might cancel just because, you know, like Netflix isn't as good as it once was. They've lost a lot of shit, and it costs more, and 100 other reasons. This is the final straw, I think, and this is liable to be the final straw, and I don't expect them to. I expect them to lose a lot of subscribers over this and gain a very few. Okay, so this is Mario, by the way. Alright, seems to be working. The Toad wants me to go over there, by the way. Wait, who the fuck is talking to? Oh, the crown. How are you supposed to know that? Yeah, so we peel off this this crown, and this crown is one of the 3 characters in this game. There are 4 actually. There's Bowser, there's Mario, there's Peach, and there's the crown. And the crown kind of sucks. Like a worse version of the butterfly from Super Paper Mario is basically what we're looking at. Apparently we should not touch the thing. We touched it. That bad stuff happened. Whatever. Okay, buddy. Sort of similar to the plot of Sunshine, if you think about it, but in this case, we're actually guilty. Oh wait, we're not. Bowser did it. On paper-like? Okay. I am Mario. This Kirsty, it's sticker backwards. Or no, it's not sticker backwards. It's sti and then cur, like the syllables of sticker backwards. That kind of works. I don't know. Anyway, with yeah, she's here to do a thing. It's fine. Here's what Netflix is after. They are a business, and you see they have a simple problem. They cannot grow infinitely. So, you know, they have that problem to deal with because businesses, they demand unlimited growth, you know, continuous growth, unending growth. And that's just not possible, especially when you get to Netflix's level, where you're sort of next best thing to a monopoly already. Like, what can you do to make more money when you already have all the subscribers you could possibly have? You can either cut the rates. Thanks for the cheer, Shagalicious. You can either like cut the rates of the thing. Good luck on this shitty game. I know. I got 6 levels currently to get into. I don't have to get any farther than that. Of course, every sub adds 1 more. What Netflix wants is they want more money, and there's nothing they can do. Here's the thing with Netflix, right? The people who are at the top, right? They would rather burn Netflix to the ground than just let it fade away and just like slowly drop off. They would take the chance that it would like plunge off, just in case, like, oh, what if it went up instead? Just a little bit. It's like a 2% chance we'll make more money after this decision, but, you know, it's a 0% chance to make more money if we just, like, let it be. You know, we'll just make the same money forever. That's no fun. They want to make more money. And they're not going to. They're going to make a lot less money. The other thing about streaming services, I want to say, just as a rule, I think that sharing passwords is actually really good for streaming services for a lot of reasons. One of which is that makes streaming services less prone to being canceled. Because if you're just the only one on a streaming service, like you have a Netflix or whatever, and it's just you, then you'll look at that and go like, what did I watch in the last month? Nothing? Cancel it. Whereas if you have like 4 people on it, you know, you can easily say like, well, I didn't watch anything, but maybe my mother did, maybe my father did, maybe my sister's watching something. And also, the other thing about sharing passwords that's beneficial is with password sharing, you know, people are able to get more streaming services rather than just like 1 or 2 for each person. So, you know, because of that, more obscure streaming services and more shitty streaming services are allowed to get onto the plan. Like, if everyone had to have their own Hulu account, no one would have Hulu. If everyone had to have their own Netflix, no one would have Netflix. But maybe people would still have HBO Maxes, I don't know. Maybe people would still have Amazon Prime just because of the shipping thing. The shipping part of it. But, you know, there's a lot. It's fucked up, man. Anyway, let's peel some of these guys off. I don't know why we're doing that, but okay. Yeah, that's right. You're not ripped anywhere. One of the things that's famously bad in this game is the whole fucking Toad situation. In this game, in previous Paper Mario games, there were like a bunch of fun Toads running around doing all sorts of stuff. Whereas in this game, there's just one. There's Toads. They have no personality, no identity, no funny themes, no weird gimmicks. It's all just like nameless, characterless Toads running around, and it's a little boring as a result, isn't it? Like, these games used to be full of fun character design that played off the, you know, the classic enemy designs, and like made new characters out of them. Like, oh, here's a Bomb that's a different color. Here's a couple of Bombs that are different colors, and they have like weird hair. Here's a Koopa that has like a different shell, some facial features, whatever, a mustache, you know, all sorts of silly stuff that gives it personality. Surprised to see someone play Sticker Star? Oh yeah, I should be clear again. I say this I'll say this again. I don't like this game. This game is bad, but I have committed to this thing where I will play 1 level for every sub that I have, and every sub that I had in December and January. So, you know, it's bad for me too, let me assure you. It's weird that the jump button is also the unpeel button. First off, I don't know if that's like a big deal, but yeah. Anonymous Gifter just gifted a sub. Just gifted Bella Bros a sub. Let me increment that fucking counter. We now have to do 7 levels. Fuck. Well, that's great. Okay. Thank you for the sub, Anonymous. Hope you enjoy it. Bella Bros. We gotta fucking break this block. Okay, Toads. I broke the block. This level doesn't count, by the way. This is a tutorial. I'm only counting like 1, 1, 1, 2, etc. To be clear, this is just a tutorial area. It doesn't count. It's a freebie. Okay, what's in the thing? It's a coin. 1 coin. Great. What are you doing? You're hiding? You're trying to ambush Bowser. That's, you know what? That's fine. That's fine. That's a fine joke. I don't think it's quite up to the level of Paper Mario, but it's fine. You think it's fine? All right, Bella Bros. Gotcha. You're saying this because your introduction was this game and you didn't know your Wii can play GameCube games? Gotcha, gotcha. You know, there is a Wii Paper Mario as well, but you know, it's not quite as traditional as, you know, the original traditional game, traditional Paper Mario is. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is this? Who's this? Wait, I have a hammer. What is that? Okay, it's a toad. Very slowly. I will say I'm playing it, you know, on the computer, so I don't know if it's like running perfectly. I'll say it's running better now than it was like on the title screen, so I'll say I'm happy about that at least. When it was like on the title screen, I was looking at it and I was going like, man, we might have to switch games. We might have to play some other game. This might not run for shit. And I'll tell you what the other game would be if we have to switch games. It'd be Ukulele, which is a game I also really don't like, but with Ukulele at least, they were trying to make a good game. They were trying to satisfy the fans. This game is a lot more of just a spitting in the face, you know? It's a lot less... I'm a lot less kind on it. You know, it didn't have the best intentions, you know? A lot of other games that are bad, you look at them and you go like, okay, well, they were trying. They were trying to make a... I didn't play the new Saints Row, but, you know, I'm sure they were trying to harken back to the original Saints Rows and get the feel mostly right. What are you guys doing? Peachel's rolled up. What do you do? Oh, I gotta go get all the fucking toads. Oh, fuck you. Yes, okay, I figured that out. Yes, we gotta hunt toads. I'm regretting saying that this level doesn't count. Dude, you have to come. What the fuck? Oh, hammer it. Hammer the thing. Great. You haven't completed that game, so not counting that as okay, gotcha. Guess we should go in every door and see who is. I found a coin. Okay. Is that all? Wait, there's something in the closet here. This is the one time you need to find all the toads? Well, I feel good about that then. I'll tell you, by the way, for the record, for like my experience on this game, like the first time I played it when it came out, I did give it a good college try. I think I got like 3 worlds in, and then I was like, I love Paper Mario, but I cannot go any further. Oh my god. I was kind of just forcing myself to go through it. But, yeah, I got that far, so, you know, keep that in mind. Like, if you want to make me go farther than what I was... And that was probably over, like, multiple days as well, right? If you want to force me to go farther than I ever have, beyond where I said, okay, fuck this, I'm out. The first time, World 3 or so, that's probably... Right. Okay, there's some toads. I guess I could see this being funny if it wasn't so sad that they were just like, you know, how generic they are, right? Like, I see these guys running out, the toads running out, and I don't think, oh, that's funny. I think, man, toads used to be characters, and now they're not. I don't know what's the deal with this box. Did we get all the toads? Definitely better Paper Mario games. Gotcha. You just don't dislike it though. I mean, I guess if it was your first one, that definitely would help a fair deal. You know, my problem is that part of the problem is that I was way into, there's a guy right here. I was way into Paper Mario, Thousand Year Door, played them so many countless times. Played Sticker Star as well a couple of times, I'm sure. Even though it's not quite as hot, but still, you know, its heart is in the right place. And it's weird in good ways, mostly. So when they announced this game, I could not be more happy. I could not be more excited. Do you have enough now? A couple of stragglers. I could not have been more excited about this game going in. Similar to, honestly, Ukulele. I suppose that's part of why those two are some of my, like, least favorite games. A lot of it is that, you know, I had really high expectations given the series, given how much I loved them and how much just the the brand. To see Banjo-Kazooie or Paper Mario come back after what, in retrospect, was not a very long interim, you know, not a very long break. It was just like maybe 10 years. Less than 10 years, was it? Yeah, I guess less than 10 years in the case of, including Sticker Star, right? And even less than 10 years, like, for Banjo, if you count Nuts and Bolts, but more if you don't. I guess it was with Banjo. That was like, what, 2013? With Ukulele? So that would have been like 12 years? You love Origami King? I've never played Origami King or Color Splash neither. And I'll say, like, if we were to eventually do those as like a similar thing, I would need the money up front because I don't own those games. I don't. With this game, I bought it. And with those games, I just said, okay, I was burned. I know to stay away now, you know, and I stayed away, you know. We would need a sub goal to get that game, and it would have to be a sub goal. Still more stragglers? Great, okay. It would have to be a sub goal significant enough where, you know, it would literally pay for a copy of whichever one it was. Oh, I get it. There's a guy under the carpet. That's what that means. Very funny. They're paper, so they can be anywhere in the environment. I heard, speaking of, like, finding toads, that was, like, a big problem with the Paper Mario, Mario and Luigi's crossover, right? Like, wasn't that game all about finding toads? Okay, we found some more toads. Kind of weird point of commonality, you know? The weird thing to, like, pull from this game and be like, oh, this is the Paper Mario thing we're gonna pull. You know, you couldn't have pulled, like, well, I guess you don't want to pull, like, backtracking. Lots of backtracking. That would be not a good thing to pull, but you're 100%ing this game? Wow. That is... That is impressive. That's... I bet if you do that, you will be in a very, exclusive club. I would bet. Seriously not done with this? God. I'm regretting my words and deeds here. How about another card so we have something to talk about while I find this toad? These cards, by the way, I have these cards that have things on them I want to remember to talk about. And, they help keep the conversation going. Did you hear about Merle Snap Leader Nerf, aka Rip Leader? Played a lot of Marvel Snap. Been playing a lot of Marvel Snap recently. A little bit on the stream even, the other day. They just changed Leader. the other day, so that Leader used to be a 6-drop card that, you know, Marvel Snap is a card game where you have 6 turns to play it. So a 6-drop is basically the biggest card that there can be. And, Leader would, when you played Leader, it would copy all the cards that they played, and that would basically negate a lot of other people's plays. They have reworked Leader so that he copies... He's a bigger card, first off. He's like a 7-power card. And second off, he copies cards played to the left of him. In the location to the left of him. So not every location anymore. Just one location. So you have to use him, quote-unquote, more strategically. I think that that's a pretty good change, I guess, but it definitely makes me want to use Leader left. It makes him... Okay, we found a coin. Coin's not a toad, though. I guess I should hit everything. Makes me want to use him less, but also, I will admit, part of me sees that and goes, I could still make that work. I bet I could make that work. I bet I could make that work. That's sort of what I thought after seeing the nerf. And I've been, you know, trying it. So far, not a lot of success, but I don't know, it's a fun design change. I feel like he could use more power, honestly, for you know, how limited his effect is now. You really have to use it much more strategically. But, you know, cards being strategic makes them interesting to use, I guess, so, you know. I could see that being really effective in, like, a deck that literally locks you out of playing on certain lanes, or, like, you know, does, like, the Spider-Man play last turn. I feel like I'm missing something here with the fucking... the wood here, This used to be a stairway, so you could use that to get to the top, right? But now you can't, so what the fuck? If the toads are still pushing the land, that means there are toads that still to be found. Gotcha, okay. Yeah, so it'll be automatic once we find them all then. We don't have to, like, talk to anyone or anything. You have to complete the right side of the museum. I'm not that familiar with the game, so I'll tell you, I think when I played it, I was just going level to level, not really looking too much at, like, the side content or, like, what's going on in the town, you know? I can't believe this level doesn't count. Might have made a mistake. I feel, you know, there's the classic George Bluth line, you know, from Arrested Development. I've made a huge mistake. I said this level doesn't count, though, so... Is it the clock? Oh, clock does something! Please give me a toad. No toad. The fuck is the last toad? I say last toad, there could be multiple of them. Anyway, that's what's going on in Marvel Snap right now. They also buffed Wolverine. Made it so Wolverine... Previously, Wolverine was a 2-cost card with 3 power that when it died or got discarded, it would get played to a random location. You can go behind the houses? Oh, that seems important. I'll try that, yeah. Like, through here? No. They changed Wolverine so that... Oh, here we go. Fucking there we go. We found it. They changed Wolverine so that instead of being a 2-cost 3 power card, instead it's 2/2, and every time it gets destroyed or discarded, it gains 2 power. So, you know, basically it's become a lot more viable in destroy archetype now. And you know, since Wolverine is a very popular character, That makes sense. He should be powerful, given how... I think that might have been the last one. I see like a health bar appeared on screen. Did it not? Is that good? Are we good? Please tell me we're good. Ah, cutscene. Good, okay. That's our Mario a Toad? What the fuck? Just go ahead and do it, guys. This music, by the way... this music really doesn't capture the Paper Mario, the appeal of Paper Mario now, does it? Once you learn how to paperize, you can go back to the main areas and paperize the water fountain. Oh, right, that's the thing where you have to find objects and take them to other locations, like in, you know, Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess, right? You do that in Twilight Princess as well. Except it's not paperized, it's, you know, you do the thing with Midna. Okay, there's a shop, there's a bunch of toads. There's multiple areas here. What the fuck is this? I don't know. And you know what? I don't care. Let's get the fuck out of here. We gotta do 7 levels. Plus any others that, if anyone were to sub, that would add more. Why don't you play with us for a while? Okay, we gotta get a combat tutorial. Okay, yeah. I mean, this writing isn't bad, I guess, but it's... I have a higher standard for Paper Mario than this. These don't have quite enough flavor. Quite enough character. You know what's missing? It's not flavor. You know, they are mixing in some weird words like brouhaha or whatever, you know, like, stuff like that is a little bit flavorful, but it's not characterful. Because there's not characters in this game. Also, we got a thing where we... Okay, we got a sticker. Okay, how does this work? Okay, I could just use a cursor to do that. Okay, I don't have to use my touchscreen. That's nice then. The other thing I really hate about this game is... this thing. The way combat works, the way, you know, Paper Mario was very much a game where you got into battle and you made strategic decisions to kill the enemies efficiently. You know, you knew like, okay, my basic attack does my basic attack does 10 damage, or does 2 damage, or whatever. The enemies have 4 damage. 4 health, I mean, jeez. And, you know, you do the math, 2 attacks and they'll be dead. And you figure out, like, okay, well, what's the best combination of moves? Should my partner attack? Should I use an item? Should I use a special attack? And, you weigh all the pros and cons, and then you make a decision. Here, you just have a hammer. And, they do basically a random amount of damage. You cannot... You're probably not going to remember how much it does. I'm sorry, I don't speak Spanish, Brandon Bravo. But how you doing? Thanks for coming by. I feel like people are wondering. Oh, okay, it's not like I was trying the old action command, you know, the whole hold back and then hit it again. Now I guess it's just... You just hit A button at the time. That's kind of not as good, is it? Not as good as how it once was. And we wasted a bunch of stickers as well. But, whatever. This your place? Is this your first playthrough? Lightbringer tells me. Thanks for the translation. I played up to, like, World 3 or so back when I first got... When I got the game on 3DS back in the day. And, quit in a huff because I was quite displeased. And quite bored and irritated. And dismayed, you know? But, I'll tell you, I barely remember anything from that first playthrough, so it might as well be. What the fuck? You could go in multiple directions? I'll say I forgot you could do that. What the fuck is Surfside Harbor? Everyone was dismayed, yeah. Just... What is this place? I don't think this is this like another hub area? I don't think this is a level, so I don't think I can count it towards the 7, but... I should see what this is before we move on. Oh, I probably need to jump on that. You know what? I bet it has something to do with that that like paperize mechanic, right? Eventually, I'll be able to come here and go get some stupid item that I need to complete a level. Isn't that it? I bet that's it. It's technically a level, but we can't do anything now. Okay, great. That helps, Bella Bros. I appreciate the expertise. Oh, let's take a rest before we get tired. Okay. It is true we've been going for, Jesus, nearly an hour. Wait, no, we want to do 1-1. We want to go in order. Yeah, we want to return to the world map. We want to go in order. Let's not go out of order here and get silly. 1-1, warm, fuzzy plains. Alright, let's go. I'll talk to a toad. He loves these plains. It just seems like boring-ass plains to me. What the fuck? Okay, dokie, grazie. Wait. Grazie? Is that like, maybe that isn't Spanish. Maybe that's, oh, that is Espanol, yeah. I know grazie is like, thanks in, Italian, right? Is it the same in, also in, Spanish? Thank you for the follow, Brandon Bravo. Thank you, thank you. If you're curious what my main thing here is on this channel, I don't just do Paper Mario Sticker Star most of the time, or ever. My main thing is Mario Maker. I do a lot of Mario Maker viewer levels. I also have been going through Persona 5 Royale twice a week. And I loved Persona 5, so going through Royale, you know, with the new content has been fun. Gracias. Oh yeah, gracias. That makes sense. Okay, I've heard of gracias. I was just thinking. Grazie, I've heard that in like, you know the movie with the Inglourious Bastards? That's where I know grazie from. I guess, you know, they are related languages, so, you know, makes sense that they would have, but their words would be similar. With timing, hit the A button at the right time. At least Paper Mario has great colors and Sticker Star have great colors and soundtrack. I don't... The soundtrack... Maybe I'm just biased because, like, you know, Paper Mario 1000 Year Door have some of the best soundtracks There is, but so far, I mean, I've been listening. I haven't heard anything like particularly. I use a mushroom. Wait, do I have to use that in battle? I can't just consume it now. I have to use it in battle. That's annoying. Do you have some favorite songs from this game? Well, okay, I hope we hear them. So far, you know, I think it's a little just off. Just a little bit less. It doesn't have like the Paper Mario feel to me as far as the music goes, but a little bit more like it feels like a slightly zany basic Mario spin-off, right? Like the tennis games have like more character in their music. Maybe character is the wrong word. It is zany, you know, and that is something, but you know, usually Mario, maybe usually Paper Mario isn't zany, I guess. Or sticker, we'll pick it up. Okay, yeah. It's better than Color Splash and Origami as far as music goes. Jeez, that's depressing. I've heard that Color Splash and Origami are better as games overall, and they do improve on what this game did, but that is you know, faint praise. Also, we just met Bowser Jr. I guess there's you know, there's more characters than just 3, I guess, or just 4. Now there's a 5th character. Bowser Jr. is a character. One thing I notice, and this isn't like a huge observation or nothing, but the scissors is the introduction of the things. Do we have to use that for, oh, hey, we see at the side. We see at the side. I will say just now, that was totally a Paper Mario sound effect. That's no problem, Brandon Bravo. I understand if you don't speak English, but if you're happy watching, I'm fine with that either way. I'll use these scissors. We're tutorialized here. This is... I mean, I guess I don't know, like, how different this is from, like... You know, in the last Paper Mario, there's definitely effects that, like... That isn't that different from, like, a star effect, like a crystal star effect. You know, that... There is literally one, like, showstopper that, like, bursts through the screen, like... And turns the screen into, like, shreds or whatever, right? But... I don't know, like, actual physical objects... being inserted in, I see that and I go like, I don't know. That's off-brand to me. I feel like you've gone too far. A little bit of papercraft, like, oh, here's a bridge that unfolds in a cool way. That's cool. But this, a little too far. Also, those sprites, I think they are less well drawn than, you haven't gotten all the crystal stars? Gotcha. You should finish that game. It's wonderful. Man, I wish I was playing that game. I mean, I wish I was playing any game, but, you know. I think the sprites here just aren't as good as the original Paper Mario 64. The ones in Paper Mario on the N64, which is very strange considering this was 10 years later. That's the original, that's right. That was the first one. I guess, you know, the 3DS... Wait, I was gonna say the 3DS is less powerful. It is maybe not as powerful than an N64. That's not true. I'm thinking of the DS. The DS is, like, in the neighborhood of the N64. The 3DS... I think was supposed to be in the neighborhood of, like... Talk to me. Wait, what can I... Do I have... I thought I could talk to Kirsty by hitting the L button. Let me check my my configuration, just make sure I have that mapped real fast, because I'm hitting the button and nothing's happening. Yeah, I'm hitting the right button. Okay, there we go. Whatever. Okay, what are we doing here? Do we have to go get like a sticker somewhere else? Do you think anyone can lend us a hand? Man, I don't know. Maybe a toad? You mean like a toad? I guess we should studiously avoid battles. Given, you know, the whole thing where all you're getting is coins and you're spending all sorts of resources to do battles. Let's studiously avoid... Hey guys, can you help me get a thing out of thing? Why are you guys panicking? Are they scared of the Goombas? Okay, can't believe that guy showed up. The bridge is gone. Okay, they're gonna go over there. Good, okay. A stack of toads join you. I guess, you know, you could say it's funny to treat toads like this. Like, oh, they're all just one unit, right? Like, that's kind of a funny thing to do, but the fact that it comes at the entire expense of having characters in the game, right? Like, if this had been like a bunch of Goombas that did this, like NPC Goombas that formed a stack, that would be also funny. That would maybe even better. And they could have like some personality. They could have like cool designs. And like cool drawings. Whereas this doesn't. We got the bridge, yippity-doo. Yippity-doo. I'm glad I gave myself as much time. You know, we started the stream at 6 p.m. rather than like I usually start streams other than Friday a little later. But if each of these levels is as annoying as this, then yeah, okay, we got a sticker. Okay, I will grab it. I'm not gonna use touchscreen. I'm just gonna use stick. I mean, I'm gonna use the circle pad. This is too involved. This is too involved. The paper effects are good when it's just like, oh, it's a bridge and it forms like a paper puck. Aha! You know, it takes like 10 seconds. A big elaborate thing where you even have an extra step of like, okay, well, hit left on the stick, hit right on the stick. Good! It's like, you don't need to do that. Cut like 2 or 3 steps out of that process and, you know, that would be better. What is this? It saves between levels then? I guess it saves between levels. How about a card? I got these cards with things on them I want to talk about. Oops. Things on them I want to talk about. Here's the next card. Did you hear about Rumbleverse closing down, aka RIP Rumbleverse? A lot of things ripped today. A lot of things coming to an end or whatever the fuck. Rumbleverse fucking cock. Okay, well, I feel like if we end up fighting a guy, we should go ahead and just do it. Rumbleverse, you know, You don't hate Kirsty? I guess. I'll say, like, I have never been a fan of, like, the one-size-fits-all fairy partner who, like, is there in place of all other partners. right? Like, I wasn't big into Tippy. I really didn't like, wait, Tippy, which one was the one from Super Paper Mario? There's Gold Blob. There's like Gold Blob or something in like, in Inside Story. I forget what her name is. I've never liked any of them. I like it when you have, like, a lot of partners and each of them, you know, talks and has lines. That is, like, the ideal of Paper Mario, where, you know, each one of them inserts a little bit of personality into the game. You know, I'm gonna avoid battle here. We're gonna avoid as much battle as I can. Anyway, Rumbleverse. I'll say, like, I played it and I tried it and I didn't really get really into it. You know, I kind of found it to be not my speed at all. But I did know some people who were into Rumbleverse, so insofar as, you know, even to the extent of, I'm all out of space. Okay, well, I'll just blow some space then, I guess. I knew some people who were into it to the extent of, like, you know... Oh, wait, that's a shiny hammer. That's not a bad hammer at all, is it? Thought that was a bad hammer. All these stickers are just random. They're just random. No strategy anymore. Eh. But, it's sudden death, not a year into its service. Kind of sad for those people, especially, like I said, I know some people who said it was like, oh, it's one of their, you know, it's in their GOTY list, it's in their top 10. And, you know, it might even be someone's game of the year out there, and now, you know, pretty soon it's just gone. Okay, look, okay, that's the end of the first level. Fantastic. Okay, if we can beat enemies in battle, we'll get coins. What? Well, I noticed some guys. I know some guys hiding, but why? Why do I now have to fight them? Seems like I noticed the thing, and my reward is a fight. I have to do a fight now because I noticed a motherfucker. Are all the action commands just like hit A button? You know, there's so many things wrong with this game, so I guess I don't have to necessarily, like... The homogenization of all the... The simplification of all the... partner stuff into just a single... Into just like, hit A. Hit A at the right time. That is also, shitty. Another thing that's shitty about this game, I suppose. Shiny stickers are more powerful. Gotcha. I didn't notice that was a shiny sticker. I thought it was a... Previously, I thought I was using a worn-out hammer. But also, hey, look, I used one that looked really fancy. I used one that looked not that fancy, or like sort of in the middle, and I used one that looked like shit. And all three of them took one hit to beat each enemy. So, I don't know. You just pick a sticker and hit A button. That's all the combat comes to in this game, which is, depressing. But I'll tell you what's not depressing. That's the first level. 1 of 7. anyone, you know, potentially more, should more subs come in. You know how it is. It's a subathon of some sorts. You know. Like a subathon, right? Letting you know when you come across stronger enemies. Yeah, it would make a difference if there are stronger enemies out there. I will try to avoid them, though. That'll be my main move. Run away. How about another card? I've been re-listening to Codex Alera, which is a fantasy series by the guy what did Dresden Files, you know, book series. It's was completed a while ago. It's a complete series, so you know when I re-listen to it, it'll be like it's the whole book, right? It's the whole series. It has an ending. I've just completed the 4th of 6 books. Really, just shit. Okay. I was trying to do the original command. You know the I was trying to do like hold back. I don't have any jumps. Is that a problem? Whatever. Being in a shell apparently made him invulnerable to my attacks. He was grinding in World 4 to complete banners? Jeez. I guess you're grinding for coins? I guess that's all you can grind for in this game, right? Anyway, series is about a world that's sort of like, you know, sort of Roman, like a fantasy Roman style world, wherein the people, they have like, they have access to like spirits that inhabit the elements, and they control them and manipulate them. And it's, I'll say about Jim Butcher, he's really good with magic systems and setting all that shit up. And sure enough, the way that Fury crafting, as it's called in the series, works is all pretty cool. In that, like, oh, it's sort of like, you know, like bending in like Avatar, except with additional aspects like, oh, you can, you know, you can call upon your elements. So, like, if you're a Earth guy, you can get extra strength if you're while you're on the ground anyway. If you're an air person, you can draw upon it to get like speed, etc. Oh, I guess Worn Out Hammer did not do the trick. A second one surely will, though. And also, you can do things like, you know, manifest the Furies to, like, basically make, like, oh, say you're a fire guy. What? I found a secret area. Great, a springy thing, just what I wanted. Hop Slicker. You can, like, deploy your Furies, and they'll sort of work like Pokemon, just like, you know, like, oh, I put a Fire Serpent out into the field. You can fight I'll have my Fire Serpent fight on my behalf. If you're a fire guy, anyway. Anyway, really well put together. Really enjoying going through it. I do think that the 4th book, now, having reread it just now, and having reread the 3rd book right before it, I think 4th book is my favorite. I think that one's my favorite. It's just, the 3rd book, is a great one insofar as, like, oh, it takes the concept and makes it a lot more, allows things to breathe in a way that the series did not before, right? Like, before, okay, that guy's crumpled. Also, you can't choose a target now. It's just random, I guess. Fucking who knows. You're trying to get 10,000 coins. Gotcha. That seems like a ton. I'm not gonna get anywhere near that, I imagine. The third book is the one that takes it from being like, oh, the previous two books are about crises that last about like a couple of days, so they're very fast-paced, and, you know, a lot happens in a very short time. In the third book, they switch over to, you know, months and months, basically a military campaign, rather than just a crisis. And I think it's a very good move for the series, but I also think that book, its B and C plots are a little bit more distracting, I think. Whereas book 4 is mostly A plots. And also there's multiple characters that are on the A plot, so, you know, you get like multiple point of views. So they can like have more variety in the A plots, despite, you know, sticking to it a lot more. More focus, I think, helps a lot. Helps that book a lot, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. And also just the ending big moments. The big moment in Captain's Fury, the fourth book, might be the best of the big moments. What the fuck? That was really weak. Jesus Christ, that sucked. I'll use boot. I'll use mushroom. If we die, we lose progress? I guess that's a silly question. Of course that's how this would work, but I think I maybe not appreciate that this game could be frustrating. Is this game... I mean, already I'm annoyed. I'm using so much time spent against this troop of guys, and just like, you know, I got no AoE. Well, I guess I do, but I don't want to use against these, you know, nobodies. This is such a fucking waste. Jesus Christ. In the later games, do they figure out, like, how the economy should work? Like, how to make it so that, you know, when you're fighting dudes, you don't feel like, oh my god, I'm just wasting so much resources. It's like if Paper Mario had no basic attacks. Instead, everything was just an FP attack, and also, you could, you know, nearly deplete yourself of FP in a single battle. If you leave a world, you can save your progress that way. If you leave the level, you mean. Gotcha. Anyway, I've been going through those, continuing. I'm, you know, more than halfway done with the series. Gonna really enjoy the next book. It's sort of a overseas trip, and I think it's a really fun premise for one of these books, you know? Like, previously they all take place within the fantasy, you know, land of Alera. And, you know, for the first time in the fifth book, you go outside of there and see, like, oh shit, there's a bunch of stuff going on over here as well, which is interesting. Oh, this person has a side quest for us. Okay. Probably not gonna get it. Oh, you can run. Maybe we should be running rather than fighting these out. I haven't thought about that. That probably makes a lot more sense than, you know, toughing it out in all these cases. See you later. Fucking good luck with that shit. I flipped the things and got nothing. Somehow I expected that to do something. Whatever. End of the level, please. I hope the end of the level is near. Okay, some coins and some stickeroonies, stickers. The thing just has, like, in addition to being, like, a really insulting game and just, you know, not what you want from Paper Mario, it also just messes up the basic gameplay, the economy of, like, resources, and makes battle into just hit A button, hit A button again, hit A button a third time. Thoughtless. Zero thought, zero strategy. It's just, it's worse than nothing. It's just horrible. Yeah, I'm gonna use AoEs. Yeah, I would be. I would be, okay. It sounds like we can use more at once. Oh, it's random how many stickers you can use at once. That's fucking dumb. That's a bad idea. That's not a good idea for a mechanic. That sucks. Like, wow, you want it to be so that in every battle you can either you enter into, it's random, like whether you take 3 damage or 100 damage. You know, it's random whether it takes you like 3 moves or 1 move. Or maybe 2 moves. That's like... Honestly, that might be even more bad for just the basic, like, destruction of the gameplay design, right? Like, imagine if Paper Mario, when you got into a battle, you know, in Paper Mario, it's all about... Paper Mario Traditional, it's all about, like, optimizing, right? Like, going like, okay, well, I can kill that guy that turn. I can kill that guy the second turn. I can do the third guy... Wait, actually, I could do it all in 2 turns and save myself 1 attack cycle. Or I could do it in 3 turns and take no damage whatsoever. In that case, you might want to, you know, depending if you're valuing your time or damage taken or FP spent, you might make different choices, but, you know, it's all the push and pull of battle, you know, and it's all very well balanced to make those choices matter and to make it so that, oh, I want to conserve health because this area, you know, there's a lot of guys. I might end up really low if I'm not careful, if I'm just cavalier with my health. Meanwhile, in this game, there's no attempt at balance. We've already established you hit A button, attack come out. But also, whether you take 1 hit in a battle or 0 or 3, it's all down to fucking chance. That's fucked up. Fucking. That's the gambling you're talking about? Damn, that sucks. It's a bit of a gamble running away, because it lets you leave. Other times, like, hey, you can't. Gotcha, right. That's how it worked in previous games as well. I'll just use the AoE attacks. I'll use the AoE attacks. If I don't end up needing them, do they get consumed? I'll use yeah, it looks like they all got consumed, so... Even better, if you don't need it, they just still get eaten. That... also shit. Jesus, why would you make it work like this? You know, I had remembered, like, oh, it's boring, you're running around, there's no reason to engage in combat. I forgot all the nitty-gritty details that make it like, no, man, this is literally the worst possible combat system you could envision in an RPG. It's depletable, it's random whether you get one move or three. It's all just, you don't get to target things, you just hit A button. All the action commands are just A button every time. Oh my god. Wait, did we lose the thing? Because I see that we have one. Hey, let's try running away. Oh, great, you don't get to hit A button or like mash. In Paper Mario, you could mash the A button, and it would like do a random thing, and the harder you mash, the more likely you were to escape. Sort of a cool mechanic. This game, I guess. Nah, just leave that out, I guess. I mean, it would make sense, wouldn't it? I don't know. Oh, I can't. I don't have room for. You should be able to, like, I guess you can just go down to the touchscreen and like remove stuff, but you should be able to. I feel like it'd be better if you could just remove stuff like right away. They take the stickers with them. It's not as bad compared to Color Splash because the stickers are almost everywhere. I feel like that's worse because there's stickers almost everywhere. You know, it's just like your inventory is constantly filled up and you're constantly like, oh, I gotta spend this shit. I gotta get rid of some of my stuff. And that's just like constant inventory management. To me, that's worse than... I guess in Color Splash, it's like a meter thing, right? That's also pretty bad. That's the second level. Be sure to take a rest before you get tired. You know what? I'm gonna go get a drink. I'm gonna go get a drink right fast, and then we'll continue on to the third level. Alright, let's resume. The thing was leaking a little bit, so I had to dry it off real quick before I brought it back, or else it would dribble on me when I drank. It might still. I didn't have... I probably could have taken a minute more to, like, clean the cap, but I hope I got it good enough. That seems fine. Alright. That was Wait, how do you say that? Bouquet? Bouquet Gardens. Water Edges Way. Oh, wait. You know what? I should go... Should I buy something? Can you buy something? You know what? My inventory is all filled up right now, isn't it? I might not be able to buy anything. So what the fuck are all these coins for then? Let me go back to town at least. Yeah. You said I could paperize this, right? Like how do you paperize? Let me check, you know what I think, actually, part of the issue might be... You know what I did here? I think that they changed how things were mapped in Citra, and I need to redo all the mapping. You know what? I probably don't have access to several buttons until I remap them, do I? That explains why L didn't work. Oh. That makes sense, actually. Okay, let me remap everything real fast. And then whenever we need to use these things, they'll work. Okay, there we go. L button, okay. Or Y. There we go. I'm not sure what I need this for, but okay. Thanks for the tip. I'm not sure how that helped that guy, but whatever. That is not a good effect. That does not look good. That's not particularly papery to me. Unless I can get like an inventory expansion, none of these things have any appeal to me. Okay, what's over here? Tell me what the fuck are you doing? A new shop opening. It looks super fun. I'll take your word for it, but let's see. What is this? This is a shop, right? What? You can put the foundation back. I don't know why I would do so. Why? Should I? Okay, I can. Is he saying that he would turn the foundation into a sticker? Or is he saying that I need to make room by getting rid of the foundation? The foundation fountain. That was Bella Bros said foundation. I sort of just, okay, whatever. Come back after I've used some stickers then. Back. Not gonna come back. Can you hear me when I, like, talk real low? I'm not gonna come back. That's what I said. I said I'm not gonna come back. I feel like if I lean in, if I can whisper and say things quietly for effect or whatever. I'm not really a quiet speaker. I like to speak loud, you know. Hey, how about another card with a thing I want to talk about it. Your grammar and spelling sucks. Gotcha. You're great at your native language. Oh, I see. So your English as a second language then, or you know, third or whatever. Not first, anyway. Remember Blueberry Morning? Since there's been some snow in the area recently, I stocked up on cereals, right? And every time I do that, I look at the cereal aisle, right? I look in the cereal aisle and I realize, like, yeah, no, they just don't make Blueberry Morning anymore. What happened to it? You know, you can't get it anymore. Blueberry Morning was a breakfast cereal wherein it had like little blueberries in it, as well as like little crunchy bits and like little crunchy little nuggets, little thin crunchy little nuggets, as well as, you know, just regular ass flakes. And it was healthy as well, I'm pretty sure, or at least marketed itself as. And I'm pretty sure it's just gone now. And there are like blueberry cereals in the cereal aisle, but they're just like blueberries with like flakes. You know, nothing fancy. None of the little crunchy bits. None of the little, you know, thin crunchy bits. None of them. And that's a real shame. I will say though, I did pick up some interesting cereal. I was looking through the aisle and they had like two limited time ones that I thought sounded good. One was like a Frosted Flakes, but with blueberry little crunchy things. You know, like not actual blueberries, but like blueberry flavored crunchy balls. You know how they have like corn puffs, basically. Like a corn puff flavored like blueberries. I got that one. That's like, okay, that's like Frosted Flakes, but also a little bit of blueberry flavor. That's fine. That's good. I also got Fruit Loops, but with it's Fruit Loops, but it has marshmallows in it now, at least for a time. Which I looked at it and I said, "Shit, that sounds like a good idea." You know, I like you know, when I ate cereal all the time, you know, as a kid or whatever, I liked you know, like I liked cereals that had this is your first language, but you suck at. Oh, I see. Sarcasm. You're great at using your native language. I misread that, Bella Bros. You're saying that English is your native language, but you suck at it. Gotcha. Okay. That was me not reading that properly. That wasn't on you. Oh, look at that. Is it gonna be that easy? Get out of my way, I gotta go get that thing. I gotta get that thing. I like Fruit Loops, but, you know, they're just Fruit Loops. And I like, Lucky Charms, but the non-marshmallow parts of it suck. So put the Fruit Loops with, like, marshmallows like Lucky Charms, that sounds like a pretty good thing. And, I tried some of it, sure enough, it's pretty good. I will say it is, you know, probably not good for me, but it's good to have just in case, you know, just in case power were to go down or something, which, you know, has happened before in previous winter storms, you know, in Texas famously, which is where I am. So I have an abundance of caution now whenever a winter storm comes around. Get some food that doesn't go bad without power, and, you know, you're about to meet someone you despise? Jeez. What? Who could be so bad that you don't deserve some dude following me? Wait, what? That doesn't sound good. Okay, good, I can have more stickers now. Is this like a horny toad? Oh, it's Kamek. Yeah, I also feel like Kamek is also depressing insofar as, like, yeah, And I don't know, Bella Bros, I think you started with this game. Then you wouldn't have known that in the original Paper Mario and Thousand Year Door, there's a character named Kami Koopa, who is an original character with a lot of personality. She's sort of like the old hag character, you know. She's a witch, in other words. Rides a broomstick, sort of grumpy and such. He's the reason you don't hurt Krusty. You can hate multiple characters, honestly. I'm afraid I will have to be obliged to relieve you of it and report you to Lord Bowser. Wait, what? You're still talking to the Toad and not me? Okay, whatever. Okay, I got one. Great. Love the boss. Wait a minute. So there wasn't RNG in most of the fights that we've had up to this point. So are you saying that the boss fights specifically are the ones with RNG? Like whether you get like good luck or bad luck? Jesus Christ. And these are the ones that are mandatory. These are the mandatory ones. Now, I know that Paper Mario has always had some degree of RNG. You know, like, there's the whole bingo mechanic in Thousand Year Door, to be fair. But, that's better. That's more of a Hail Mary, you know? It'll randomly give you a Hail Mary every now and again. Or fuck you up, you know, accordingly. This is, like, it will randomly make a fight, you know, balls easy, just based on chance. All your energy. His battle system gets worse? How do you mean? Oh, shit. Fuck. No, dude. I wanted to end this level really badly, dude. That is annoying. You're not wrong, Kirsty. Also, you know, damn, do I miss Cammy. She had personality. She had, you know, she had it where it counted. Oh, look at that. Because I have extra room, I can collect stuff now. Do you mind spoilers? I don't give a fuck, man. I hate this game, man. Tell me anything you want. I don't mind, no. Go ahead. I do not intend to 100% this game unless everyone were to, you know, donate sufficient subs. Do sufficient subs to make me do it. Which, you know, I'm pretty sure that's a lot of subs. That'd be very many. Which, hey, you know, if you wanna, I appreciate it. But, you know, odds are, might be that we never see that, that part of the game that you speak of. What? Oh, I found it. I found it. That was easy. What? Wait, I'm trying to stickerize. How? Do I, like, pick it up? Why am I in my menu? Why am I in my sticker menu? I wanna grab the star. Up, not up, up. Hammer? What? Did that just spin a hammer? Okay, I just had to jump into it. Okay, cool. Okay, that wasn't so bad. Three levels. 4 to go. Bearing any further, subs. I will say the cardboard effect of paths being like broken out of cardboard, corrugated or whatever, that is a pretty cool effect. I will admit. But, cool effect is not sufficient. Wait. Oh, is that a secret exit? I didn't know this game had secret exits. Does a secret exit count as finishing a level? Should I complete it wait. I'm really not sure, but maybe I should at least go back in and just make sure there's not like a I don't think a regular exit counts separately. Does it? I'm really not sure. I guess, if there's like multiple exits in a level, part of the sub goal part of it would be, you would want people to do additional subs in order to make me play more and get to more. If the idea is like, if enough subs are done, then I would have to do like the whole game, right? But also, yeah, okay, I didn't know I didn't know that was a thing. So I guess I have to think about that, don't I? Any opinions in chat how that should work? I think that if it's possible that completing a level, red spaces, you haven't completed the level. Yellow spaces, you've completed one of the exits. Blue spaces, you completed all of the level. It is, though, a level, so I have completed the level, but it's possible there are levels that I don't have access to yet. So if we were to get sufficient subs, I would need to complete every exit to get to, sufficient levels to meet the thing. I think that they don't count as separate for the sake of the sub goal stuff, but also they are not mandatory unless I need to do them to, get to further in the game or, fulfill other subs. You know what I mean. I don't have to do the hidden exits unless it's necessary to fulfill the subathon part of this, That makes sense. I want to do this proper-like. I'll say honestly, like, doing the levels out of order, I don't know, that don't feel right to me, but maybe I should get over that because I bet there's going to be cases where if I wasn't over that... What? What is this? What? Oh, paperized maybe? Oh, you explained the Kamek battles. He turns stickers into flip-flops and clones himself, so you have 3 of them. He turns your stickers into flip-flops. That is to say, really weak. Jump on the faucet? I thought I did that. Okay. Well, what about the little burst going through the tube, the hose? I did jump on the faucet. Oh! That's weird. I think the hammer would do it. Great, it went into the hole. I got the faucet. Great. I guess it is, you know, there's probably a lot of things in this game where I'll look at it and I'll say, like, I guess that's technically funny. It's technically funny that you have Bowser's head and that behind the wall is just like his ass and the rest of his body. That is technically funny. I'm not amused, though, overall, you know. What am I doing? Just gonna avoid this battle. While we're walking back, let me do another card and talk about what's on it. You know, how these do. I made a meatloaf. Made a meatloaf yesterday. Turned out okay. I don't know. I think... So here's what I did differently from previously, right? First off, I put in, like, some bacon dust. You know, I fried up some bacon in the microwave and put it in after like, shredding it to, like, crumbs, basically. Put that in there. I also used, sausage. Ground sausage instead of ground pork. Because I figured it would give it some flavor. You know, some, like, some flavor as, like, a starting point. And I think it did, but also... I think it might have been a little much, honestly. Might have been a little strong, to tell the truth. I also did add some garlic powder. Usually it's, I think I was supposed to get some garlic in the store, you know, and like do a clove of garlic. So I didn't do that, so instead I grabbed some garlic powder that I had and just sprinkled a bunch of it in. Might have done too much, though. Honestly, I don't know how much powder, you know, converts into how much, I don't know how much powder is how much of a clove, you know? You're close to your goal? Well, that's congratulations. Or, congratulations, question mark? Stick some more. Yes, okay, I will. If you miss, it's really persnickety about it. That looks pretty good. Hey, okay, good. And that doesn't count as a separate level. We already completed this level, but, you know, that's just the main exit. I guess it's cool to put hidden exits in a Paper Mario. I mean, if you're gonna do like Super Paper Mario did, you might as well have hidden exits, right? Like that makes it a little more interesting structurally than Super Paper Mario. But you know, in Super Paper Mario, the levels were good, so you know, jot that down. You know, it's not just the structure, but they have to be good levels as well. Anyway, I'll eat that as leftovers, and maybe I'll feel better about it like the second time I have. I will say the bacon, you know, I surround it in bacon, you know, I wrap it in bacon before it goes in. Bacon was really tasty, especially so, and, you know, the rest of the meatloaf, it's fine, so long as it's like, you know, covered in, you know, ketchup. Windmill. Oh, okay. I think I know. Wait, we have to stickerize the thing before we do it, or what? I think this level might have been the point where when I was originally playing the game, I was like, oh, fuck this entirely. because I found this windmill thing to be annoying. You have to go to Pittelberg, right? You need the fan, yeah. So you have to go here and do a thing, right? Okay, let's take some out of my album. I'll take this out. Pause. I'll take this out. This and this. Is there enough room now, or do they have to be contiguous? Okay, good. That's enough. It's just enough to remove 4 of them wherever they are. Wait, I need the fan, right? Do I need the fan to be a sticker? Or is it enough that it's just, you know, that I have it? Stay sticky. Mario, it's not sticky. How big is the fan? How am I supposed to know how big the fan is? Oh, hang on, let me get. I hope it's 2 by 6, 2 by 3, not 3 by 3. Okay. Okay. Goodbye. Slap hammer. I think this slap hammer kind of sucks. I'll just remove a bunch of them. Is there an audio delay? I think there might be an audio delay. Let me try to address that real fast by 1 second. I can turn off all the stream audio, and when it comes back, it should be more synced. Okay, that's better. I gotta keep an eye on that, make sure that it doesn't fall out of sync. Sometimes it does that, you know, OBS will do that sometimes. If there's like any amount of like lag with like either the capture or the audio, one will fall behind the other over time. So gotta keep aware of that. Had that problem recently, the last time, well, a recent time I tried to do gameplay off the computer. But I've also seen that with other, you know, just with the capture card, so I think it's just OBS in general, I guess. Anyway, not important. We'll struggle through. Okay, how about now? Is that enough? I feel like I threw away a lot. Orange is a 1 by 1. What about pink? Sucks. This is so terrible. What the fuck? Who thought this was a good idea? Yeah, just have them go into their inventory and throw away 12 random items. That's a good idea. Yeah. Sort them? You can sort them? That might help to find, like, the least valuable ones. But honestly, it's also... I still don't have enough! How many do I have to throw away? I got a whole fucking page! Whole fucking blank page here. How is that not enough? I must... Am I barking up the wrong tree here? How can this take more than a page? Okay, that fit now. What the fuck? That's not that big. The fuck is this? Yeah. Pink is 2x2, 4 stickers. How come I had to give away? How come I had to make so much room? Oh, it has to be like contiguous. It's not gonna find its way. It's not going to like make its own space. Oh, that sucks. It's not like you drag them around. It's not like you can literally make room other than by sorting them. That is not intuitive. I didn't even notice there was the sort option. Yeah, I will admit that I did not... I was just deleting them, you know... When I saw that one was ready to go, I thought that was because I had made room, but it was more because I was looking at a smaller one. Do I just put the fan there? Yeah, I think that's where the fan goes, isn't it? Yeah, I get what happened. It's just... Yeah. This is the stage in Smash Brothers. The stage in Smash Brothers is based on this. Which I think is a shame. It's a shame that the Smash Brothers stage couldn't just be Paper Mario 1000-Year Door and regular Paper Mario. It had to be this area, which is, by the way, now that I play it again, a fucking really annoying area that doesn't explain itself very well, or what you're supposed to do. That better have been worth it. Oh. I need a code. It's... Fuck. I don't know why I expected it to just be the end of the level. I know that it's pretty early in the level, so... Yeah. Oh, great. We got some 2D parts. You know, Super Paper Mario also did areas like this, but... Well, I guess it is kind of Super Paper Mario-y. That's interesting. I don't think it's... You know, you could do these better. That's what I think. Right, you need a bigger... You need a perfect square. Whoa. Well, there's the thing. Wish I could go get it. I'll jump on this guy. Yay! Hey, how about another card? Talk about whatever the next thing is. Played more Vampire Survivors. I was talking about the other day how I've been doing some Vampire Survivors, sort of doing it as like an idle thing while I'm, you know, podcast game, audio book game, you know, that sort of deal. And God, every time I play it, it's so intense, but also I am now getting to new levels of depth I found out what that randomazo thing is. Apparently now every run is gonna have random artifacts that add all sorts of wacky effects, and that's pretty neat. Pretty neat. Looking forward to finding more of those and, you know, putting them to use. Also, new and more evolutions, and just there's a lot of things in Vampire Survivors I've yet to see, and looking forward to all of it. Wait, did we get turned around? Were we supposed to? I think we might have not been done in that room. I think we need to go talk to that guy. Hey buddy, what's the passcode? Was worth a shot. Just tell me what the passcode is without me coming over. I think if you save the toad, you get the code. Save the toad, get the code. That's what they say. Save the toad, get the code. God. I'm disliking this more than I mean, I knew I hated it. I knew it was bad, but Jesus. Okay. What is going on here? Can you get up to the top here? Oh, yes, we. Toad code, here we go. Sure, yeah. I didn't hear you. You didn't make any noise, but I saw you. You know what also you can't do in this game? There's no option to speed up the text like in the earlier games. There's also no option to hit like a shoulder button and to scroll back up the text. None of that is there. Those were basic features in, you know, the previous 2 games. You could do, well, previous 3 games all had that. And now it's just gone. What does this guy want? I guess he just wants to go home. Me too, buddy. There's something up there. Can I stand on your head? That sucks. We gotta clear a path for him. Dude. Yeah, whatever. Let's take him back to town. You can speed up text, you can scroll up text. Yeah, if you hit B in the other games, I believe it skips to the end of the text, like, you know, finishes the scroll. And, you know, if you hold down A, I think it goes faster. And if you hit Z button, or I forget, Z button on the N64, X on the GameCube, you can scroll the text up to the last line. Pretty good, you know. The old games, they have a lot of like smart design and like good like quality of life features. Sorry, I bumped the mic there. Sorry if you heard a little something. And this game, you know, jettisoned a lot of them for precisely no reason. And it's tragic, you know. You'll hear stories about how when they originally went to make this game, they said, let's make it like 1,000 Year Door. And Miyamoto came in and said, No, 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 no. You gotta make it original. You gotta try to do something interesting. And they said, oh, okay. And, well, the innovations were not good. Okay, we gotta walk this guy back to town. You know, they challenged themselves to do something different, and they failed. And I think maybe like the worst part of it is that they not only failed, they then said, okay, let's take another try at that. In fact, let's take 2 more tries at that. They didn't just give up. They didn't just say like, okay, let's go back to 1,000 Year Door. Let's give the fans what they want. Let's do that. They instead said, let's make a weird puzzle battle mode thing, whatever. What? Where is he going? Wait, are there 3 of them? Why are you sad? That's not a good reason to be sad. You think the code is in the house? Why is everyone hiding again? Why are you hiding again? Which house is it? Was it the red house that he said? No, he was like purple. Right, he was a purple guy. I guess he's in the house with the purple roof. Oh, mushroom. Four, 1, 2, 3. 4, 1, 2, 3. I got it. That's very funny. 4, 1, 2, 3. Well, I'm tired. Four, 1, 2, 3. We got it. If you know the code already, can you just like enter that in? Save yourself the effort. That was the windmill. All right. Hammer sticker. 4, 1, 2, 3. You could have, but you forgot the code. Well... Okay, fuck it. I was about to say that's like... That might be cheating, but, you know... If this was a speed run, it'd be fine. For the purpose of this, we're gonna run. That guy's in his shell. How can he pursue us? I guess it is just random, huh? You don't even get a minigame to do it? Okay, fine. I'll kill him with a jump. How about another card? I got more cards. Been playing some Mario Party. That's right, Whoa, it seems to be running like ass right now. Or maybe the music... Music sounds slow to me. Been playing some Mario Party. Mario Party 1, Mario Party 2. Decided to just go ahead and start in on that. I'll say like I did for a while, play a bunch of it, then I went to do some cooking. And I just like set it to be computer players, and just let the computer players play. And that's pretty nice as well, because I could just, you know, get their credit after for like coins and shit. which is handy for the sake of completion. You know, those first 2 games, they require you to get a lot of coins to unlock every minigame or whatever. And in particular, in fucking Jesus fuck. In Mario Party 1, I went through the island, right? The minigame island. And I'll say I was able to get through it. I don't know that I ever did as a kid, actually. Wait, what? Oh, through here, right? When mashing A button, if the background looks hard to turn dark, you cannot leave. Wait, you have to mash the A button? Do you mash the A button? It didn't say to mash the A button. It's a green warp pipe, yay! For the minigame island, I found that most of the minigames were pretty doable, actually. The only one that seemed fucking impossible to me was, well, first off, the rotating minigame ones. You know, they say when you start it up, like, don't do the palm trick, use your thumb. And then you get to the minigame island where you're doing, like, the tug of war against computer players. God damn, man. Even if you use your palm, it's hard to get fast enough to actually win that. So, fuck you, Nintendo. That's a bit of a bit much, but fucking come on, man. You say don't use it, but if you don't use it, you can't win, so what the fuck? They should have made it just... They should have changed it to just be like mashing A and B or something. Maybe... What the fuck do I use a pipe for? They should have just changed it to be just mashing buttons, right? Maybe like a different button than every other mashing in the game. Because, like, yeah, it sucks every time. And the other one that I found impossible was Castaways. Like, Jesus Christ. Getting the right flick to flick out your line and catching the money, like timing all that, and then reeling in with your palm trick. Oh man, like I could not imagine a worse combination of elements. That was the only one I had to rely on some, that's the only one I had to rely on, save states to beat. Because, like, without it, it would have been impossible. And at that point, I had gotten to the end of the thing. I just wanted to make sure that I got everything before I, you know, hit done. You know, before I finished. Just in case that, I don't know, mattered. I also found slot cars to be hard. I always found slot cars to be hard, but during that I figured out if you, instead of like decreasing your, instead of like when you go around turns like reducing the angle of the stick, instead I just like tapped it on and off repeatedly, and that seemed to work just as well as like going at an angle. Maybe that was always the intention of that. The pipe piece is your ticket to complete the world. I figured that out, but where the fuck do I put it? Wait, is it on the... Maybe up here? Where's the pipe? Do I have to, do I have to stickerize the pipe? That's great words of wisdom. No, it's a scrap, not a thing. A thing I found really disconcerting, like weirdly disconcerting, when playing Mario Party 1, was that, the font in it, the font that they use in Mario Party. That's the font I use for my, during my Mario Maker streams. I have a thing, a little bit of UI that comes up called, that says, like, last tries left or something. You know, last tries left. and I used Mario Party font, so as I'm replaying, I'm just going like, oh shit, that's my font. That's my I've got a lot of UI stuff based around that. It's like, oh shit, look at that. Weird. I guess most people won't like pick that out and be like, oh wow, huh? I guess I did do that. When you see a purple part, you are purple. Wait, where's purple? Is there other rooms in this area? Oh, there's purple in the pipes. Okay. I also played some Mario Party 2. It turns out in that one you don't have to have the computer players at all to like get credit. You can just I mean, you don't have to have human players to cash in. You can just set the computer players to automatically playing a game, and they'll just do it for you, and you know, it'll all get cashed in at the end. Right now, in fact, oh shit, it turned off. Right now, I got a camera. Sorry, it sometimes loses me when I move. I got a game of Mario Party going on right now on my Switch. Let me see what turn it is. 27. Turn 27 over here. You can hear the Mario Party. If I get a clip. Can you hear the Mario Party? Can you hear the Mario Party? It might be very low compared to my voice, I guess. Anyway, been setting that up to idle so I can unlock all the stuff. It turns out to do the roller coaster in Mario Party 2, you need every fucking minigame. You can technically do that with Mario Party 1 as well. Yeah, I did make sure that when I finished the game, the one game of Mario Party 1 that I did, which again I partially just like computer players did, I changed every player to, you know, manual control. And I'll say, like, with N64 Online, it's nice. You don't have to actually plug in that many controllers. You can just plug in, you can just, like, set them all you want to, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, even without that many controllers being actually present, which is real convenient. Oh, flipping him? Does that unflip him? No, it hurts him. I did make sure to do that in Mario Party. Oh, okay, you only get it for the first turn, I guess. The extra moves. It's like an initiative thing, except it's random. It'd be cool if it wasn't random. It could be cool if just like, oh, you approach the battle right, you get some extra stuff. What? Did I need to hit the button there? I'm not sure. That doesn't even tell you, like, what the action command is. I will say, by the way, I do have a channel point incentive here on the channel for 30 minutes of facelift from Mario Party 2, or from Super Mario Party. And I'll say that now that it's on Nintendo 64 Online, we can do the actual N64 version, except that I do have to unlock it in like the minigame mode by beating the roller coaster, video game roller coaster, twice. And to do that, you have to get all the minigames, so that's just a huge fucking effort. I'll say, like, as a kid, I never actually beat it. I never actually did that, and it always frustrated the hell out of me, you know? I loved, you know... I loved, Try multiple attacks in a row. How the fuck am I supposed to do that? If you get 3 in a row, you 3 attacks first time, 2 attacks the second time. Wait, so the amount... So it's like... Wait. Oh, this is just for iron foes? What about Sleepy? I put him to sleep. That'll work. Great, he's getting health back now. Anyway, I would love to have that set up so that... Oh great, this is fucking great. I would love to have it set up so that that 30 minutes thing could be on the N64 version, but I don't know, there's a lot to unlock. But once I do have that, absolutely can have that be the best version. So... Oh wait, I have to spend... You spend coins to do the thing? I didn't realize that was a thing you purchased. That seems weird. Okay, I just realized that you could... that the spin thing is there. I don't like the way this is designed. I know that's not exactly a new thing that I am saying, but I don't like it very much. Yay! It's over. Let me... The Mario Party muted. I don't know, you probably couldn't hear it. It was, you know. You probably couldn't hear it, so whatever. I got HP, extra HP heart. That's fine. Guess that's like a heart piece. You know, like in the style of like, Jesus, this has all been the 4th level. To think we could have just gone to the 5th level and not done this level. There we go. I think Mario Party, I want to get stuff unlocked in that version. I'm really mostly just looking forward to Mario Party 3 coming out on Switch because that's my favorite of the bunch. That's your way of getting stronger? Yeah, I guess. Alright, that's another level. Let me increment the thing. Folks, look at that. We're over halfway done. At least, provided there are no additional subs. Which, we'll see. Halfway done with those that we have committed to. Should we finish the world or do the next level? I feel like we should do this in order. Let's do it in order. We have 1-5 here. We should do 1-5. Let me try running. You said that tapping A made it work better. I'm really not sure if it did. Another problem with this game, bad feedback. I feel like sometimes I'm doing quick time. I'm doing like, I'm hitting A button. I'm not sure if it's doing anything. This level seems to be a little bit performing badly. Sorry about that. You know, just the nature of the computer. I would like to get a new computer at some time. It's not exactly beefy by today's standards. Can't run Overwatch 2 very well, which is a shame because, you know, it effectively replaced Overwatch 1, which it did handle well because it was... Ow. I got this PC around the time Overwatch 1 came out, so it makes sense that it would handle it. Sort of what it was built for, but now that they've put out the second one, whenever I play, it's just like framey as fuck. In addition to having all sorts of design changes that I don't like as well. It's also worth noting that, you know, since I am streaming as well at the moment, I'm sure like if I were just playing it off stream, it would perform better. Repeatedly press the A button while running away. Okay, that seemed to work. I'm really not sure if that's... Is this real that you're talking about, or is it just like a, It's not like a, hold B down. Hold B and down on the D-pad like in, Pokemon, right? It's actually a real thing that works. This room is very slow. Okay, so we need the gate to get through. We need to put the gate back. I feel like if a gate were missing, you should be able to go through it. Like, that's... A gate is there to stop you. So, if you remove the gate, it shouldn't stop you. Would make sense, wouldn't it? Hey, how about another card? Still got more of them left. I feel like we're getting through them at a good pace. I really wasn't sure, like, how long this would take. You know, I guess, like, multiple hours is about what I expected for the first world or so, but... Yeah, I'll say, like, this is substantial, which is good, because, you know, each of these is a sub, each of these is money. I appreciate everyone who has subbed in the past and stuff. If the background turns dark, you can leave. Gotcha. An idea for an emote. Yes, I got a new idea for a new emote. As you may know, I have a lot of emotes right now. Check these out. Oh, aren't they cool? Well, you know, in Mario, you know, and these are ones you can have if you're subbed. Which, by the way, Bella Bros, you got gifted that sub earlier today. Be sure to check out and use all these nice tier 1 emotes. I am particularly personally partial to the Bowser saying hi. That is facelift Bowser, by the way, and I think it is a really fun one to use whenever I pop into a channel. And the other ones are pretty good too. What I am thinking of is that in Mario Party, there's like a toad who has his body that is a boat, and he is constantly just doing like as he's talking, right? And I think that would probably make for a pretty good emote, you know, an animated one. Which one would it replace? I would say good luck, have fun. Off the top of my head, I feel like that one is maybe a little hard to read, is the thing. Maybe a little hard to read when it's small. I really love Punished Luigi as well, but I feel like that one might not be the most readable. You know, if you're not looking too closely at what it is, right? It can like blend in and like be hard to parse, you know? Whereas everything else is pretty easy to parse. Anyway, that's a new idea. Been a while since I did any new emotes, but you know, I do think that my lineup is pretty fucking good. So, no, you don't need to mess with perfection. That's optional. I'm gonna ignore that. Okay, let me think for a second. I'm gonna run away. Oh, wait. That is annoying. Okay, I think when it's all the way dark, that means you're good to go. Is that right? I saw someone had a different outfit for T2ID. Ah, you mean either Luigi, Wario, or Waluigi, right? There are 2 badges you can get in that game that change the way Mario looks, change his color scheme. You find one at the end of the, I believe it is the 6th chapter. Yeah, I believe the 6th chapter. There is a badge at the end. And, it's where the crystal star is. I'll say that. I'll leave it at that. If you haven't been there, you just know that when you see the crystal star... When you see the actual crystal star, I'll say that. That's kind of cute. That's cute. I feel like it went on too long, though. I feel like it was cute for a second. Okay, come on. Move it along. Come on, let's go. We get it. It's the song. Hey, we did it. And the other one you get is in, you know, there's like a trader, right? There's a guy who sells badges in like the town hall. He has a chance to have a random badge. You're looking for a badge that you can get an emblem badge off him, and that will let you do you know, certain colors. If you put on one of the badges, you'll change colors, choose color schemes, right? And if you put on both of the badges, you'll get a specific third one. A third alternate costume. Which is probably the best one. Run away. I feel like that was pretty dark, but whatever. Alright, whatever, shit. You know, I said in the original, like, Sticker Star, right? Or, sorry, Super Paper Mario. Super Paper Mario has a lot of, Okay, so we don't need to do anything to make it, to apply the sticker. the original Super Paper Mario has a lot... Oh shit, I thought he wouldn't go off the cliff. Has a lot of annoying design insofar as, like, yeah, you have to run all the way over here and then run back and then do it again. You know, which is right out of the original Paper Mario, honestly. Like, Paper Mario, TTYD. They both have their fair share of backtracking, but at the very least, they have, like, you know, fun battles that you get along the way. And Super Paper Mario doesn't have that. Instead, you just have to just jump on them, and that's the extent of the combat. You know, it's kind of paper thin, in other words, right? Like, just, oh, I jump on a dude, and that's kind of it. This game has RPG battles, RPG-style battles, but the gameplay is really paper thin still. It's really paper thin. I'm gonna turn the volume down just a touch more. Just to be on the safe side. The gameplay here, it's RPG battles, but it is still so paper thin and so nothing. God, that's a really good log line for a review. Like, oh, this Paper Mario game is paper thin. Oh, that's a good log line. Really savage, you know, really fucks it, really cuts to the core. Like, yeah, the gameplay is, the combat is paper thin. The characterization is surface level. There's no substance here. That really does do a number on it. Oh, sticker stop, huh? I'll pass on that. Actually, whatever, I'll buy a mushroom. Sure, I'll buy a couple of these too, whatever. All right. That's number 5. Number 5. Now to complete this world, and that'll be number 6. Oh, I hope it's just like a boss fight or something. I hope we go in and there's just like Bowser Jr. or something, and we can just kick his ass and be done with it. You might want to buy the poison mushroom for 2-1. I don't know what you mean, but I'll take your word for it, okay? Also, what is this? Why is there a pipe with a cork in it? We never did deal with that, did we? Okay, I'll go back and go buy a poison mushroom. I don't even know what they do, but I'll take it as taking on faith that that's what we need to do. I didn't tap hard enough. What? Just about every design choice you encounter in this game is shit, is bad, is wrong. Like, why not have, like, an actual physical thing that tells you... Why not do it exactly like the old games did it? Why do it like this instead? It's just like the old games, but worse. Like, if you could just see a meter, and that would just help to understand, like, oh, how... You know, the original way you do it, right? You run away, and then you mash the button. It very clearly communicates, like, okay, I can see that mashing the button affects my chances. I can see how much it affects my chances. I can see how close it came. And perhaps, you know, if I had mashed the button harder, You need 6 stickers to properly enter the level? How do you mean six stickers, Bella Bros? I don't know what these are, but I'll buy a bunch of them. Whatever. Can I just get the fuck out of here? Yes, okay, good. That's handy. Alright, last level of World 1. There are 2 levels left on the... that we're committed to anyway. Again, this is going subathon style. Any sub will tack on another level to the end of this. Like, such as, you know, the last sub did. Which, again, I appreciate. The generosity, you know. Look at that, we jumped over those guys. We're pretty good. This has, like, dungeon vibes. You can enter 2-1 to see what you're talking about. Gotcha. Is the second world a desert world? I remember getting to a desert world and being like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Ugh, I give up. It was some desert world. There was like a Sphinx desert, like an Egypt-style desert. As I start this level, memories of pain in the ass, of this being a pain in the ass, come to mind. Oof. Oh boy. Okay, let's... Is it gonna be It's gonna be Bowser Jr. again? Is Bowser Jr. the boss? Is the boss an original character? Is it like a item or something? Alright, they're firing on us. That's not good. We're gonna have to... You know what I'll say about this? I'll say this. If this was a good game, this would be a very cool area. You know, just like, oh, there's constantly bombs falling in the background, parachuting. That's very... That very much is what they do in a lot of games, right? You know, like in Paper Mario, they've been known to do that. In other games as well, question mark? Do they actually? Maybe in like Mario Party, there's Bob-omb Battlefield, or is it Bob-omb? It's Wario's Battlefield. Well, the Bob-ombs are involved in that as well. And I guess actually, you know, parachutes, they're a thing that's in Mario Maker and, you know, other Mario games as well, so... It's cool. It's probably the coolest aesthetic thing this game has done so far, and it's gone. We're just a boring castle now. Every room should have, like, a bunch of guys falling in the background. Like, that was cool. That was the coolest this game's been, and it lasted, 2 minutes. As I've said, by the way, with this sticker special, I'm not going to do a stream tomorrow, though I usually would. Usually, Paper Mario streams would be the Persona 5 Royale streams would be Mondays and Thursdays, but this week, I'm gonna take tomorrow off, given this this stream. I'm out of room. What is this? Why does it look like that? Whatever. Toss this. I think I do want the spike helmet. That sounds like a good thing. 2-1 is the desert. Is there another desert in the game? Maybe I just got a world in. Or maybe I'm just misremembering. Maybe it's not the desert, the one that I... You need to paperize and put stickers on the fan. Thank you for the hint. Jesus Christ, I don't know how I figured that out the first time I played because that's not obvious. Very helpful, Bella Bros. Yes, I'll stick some more. Thank you for the tip. Thank you for the tip. If there is a way... Did I sell that? Someone earlier was mentioning, capture cards for, like, 3DSs. I think they did have those, and they, like, Nintendo would send them to, like, press outlets and stuff, you know? But I don't know if they actually sold that such that anyone could have that. I wonder if nowadays, like, maybe there's, like, a mod scene for, you know, 3DS capture equipment. If I had to guess, the answer would be no. Oh, this is kind of cool. Using these bombs to, like, make a path. This is the coolest thing that's been in the game so far. This is a good idea. Whoever had this idea, hats off to you. So far, this is like the closest it's come to like the original game's like personality. And it's just bombs in a boring vanilla fortress. The fortress is still vanilla, but there's some bombs and they're being funny. What? What? Do I have to reapply it now? Don't understand why I picked this up. Hey, I did it. Can I hit it now? What the fuck? Let me get this straight. Goombas built this? I didn't get that. I didn't get Goombas built this fortress so far from anything in the level itself. There should be like Goomba statues or something if it's supposed to be a Goomba fortress. I don't know. Anything. I guess the Koopa Bros fortress doesn't have much, but that was on the N64. It's allowed to be a little plain. I guess this is also at the end of the first world, so... yeah, but still, it should be more. Anyway, that part. I took that thing off, I put it back on, and it worked. The fuck was that? You like World 4? 4-3 specifically. And World 6 has a good theme song. This song isn't great, by the way. What is this? No rhythm to it, no swing. Again, appreciate you telling me that I needed to stick a thing to a thing. I don't know how long I would have taken to figure that out without the pointer. Oh, there's some Goomers. Maybe you're supposed to figure it out based on that. This area is, like, different. Is the Goomba King in this? Are we about to run into the Goomba King? I don't have any room, so I'm not gonna fucking go get anything. I have plenty of boots. You got stuck on that part, too? Much appreciated, man. Again, don't mind a little backseating. This game in particular, you know, if you backseat me, I'm gonna say like, oh wow, that design is a bit shit, isn't it? I'm gonna say that, and you know, I'm not gonna judge you. I'm gonna judge the design of the game here. Though, you know, if there is something that's like just coming and you want me to not know, then, you know, use your best judgment. Oh yeah, that's a Goomba. You know, the Goomba King in Paper Mario, that was original design. That's just a Goomba with a hat on. And with eyes. I don't like how these Goombas have backsides. Backsides that are blank. That's not right. Paper Mario characters, I think they should have something on the other side too. You know what's weird, actually, come to think of it? One thing that's you know, in the later Paper Mario games, the Color Splash, and the other one, they add a white outline to Mario in addition to the black outline, and it looks like shit. I don't like it at all. I like the original style, but this game doesn't have that. I will say the outline does look like shit here. Like, not to say that it doesn't look like shit, but you know, it's not due to adding, to like deviating from the style. It's just due to, I don't know, the fidelity, the resolution of the 3DS. I'm not sure if I needed to do action commands for that. Let's try Spike Helmet. This game is so much just like... Oh, it's a defensive item? It's so much just like trying things randomly and not knowing what they do and not really mattering what they do. Just use items and hope for the best. He became a big Goomba, but not like the Goomba King from he's not like a unique design like the Koopa King in Mario 64. What the fuck? That sucked. Why did that only do 3? Can I do something that crumples him? I don't know. And God, I wonder. Later levels of this game, does it start expecting nuance out of you, like skill? Do the bosses actually become harder to get through? Because, like, this game is so weirdly, like, imprecise and like, just use items and hope for the best. It's very much the idea here. Does it eventually... What does this do? Oh wait, I forgot about the whole fucking... Jesus Christ, that's a strong attack. I should do the spin thing. I forgot about the fucking spin. I'll do this, and then we'll do, Shiny Hurl Hammer. 3? What am I doing wrong here? These are the shiny ones. Okay, this is actually doing decently. Two. I heard the specific thing stickers are needed for bosses. Oh. That explains it. Yeah, we're gonna have a tough time. Just, you know, trying to use skill. Also, I need to remember to spin. I still have a mushroom, so I'll use that. Fire flower. Oh, god damn it. I have no idea what the timing for that is. There's nothing in the animation that even gives me the slightest hint. Okay, let's try shell. Two. Okay, how about using the iron boot again? We're just barely to halfway killing this guy, and we used up like almost so much of everything. And this attack does like, yeah, it does like 9 damage to 6 to 9 damage. Pretty ridiculous. Feel like you should get some stupid effect like, oh, it's thunder, so, you know, thunder hits the enemy, yada yada yada. But instead, it's just nothing. Oh cool, I don't have any healing item, I'm just dead. Let's try with the spike helmet. Oh, that does happen if you match all 3? I paid money for that fire flower, and it did 2 damage. Does the POW block crumple? I need it to. Okay, let's try double POW. One and one. That was with a block. Okay. Great. Woof. It saved where we were at, right? Yeah, we did. Okay, where do I get the fucking scissors or something? I need some sort of power item to use against the guys, right? How the fuck do I get out of here? I thought you just hit start to pause and go back to the thing. Do I have to walk and go to the front door? Oh, maybe you can only quit when you finish the level. That's annoying. Gotcha. I'm gonna run. Goodbye, Goombas. I'll see you later. After I go to the world map and go get an item to beat your boss with. Because we can't just have boss fights that are, you know, just challenges or whatever. They also gotta be annoying. Curious, let me grab something real fast. I'm curious now. Let me see real fast. Where's my actual copy of this? My actual copy is somewhere in this bag full of DS and 3DS games. Let's see. PKCR. Here it is. Let me put it in, see how many levels I did in the original one. Whoops. I'll correct the camera. Let me see. Follow me back. The auto tracking on my new webcam is nice, but it is kind of silly. Oh, I'm at like red battery. I guess the battery doesn't hold a charge anymore on this old 3DS. Let me quickly pull it up. I say it's an old 3DS. It's about as old as it's about as new as a 3DS can be because it's like it's from the like 3DS XL era of the device. Let me pull up and see. Yeah, I was at the Sphinx. Yoshi Sphinx. Let me see. Yeah, sure enough. Sure enough, I beat 2-2 is the last level I beat in this game. I think I got to the level that was just after that and said, fuck this. Oh my god. That is Sand Shifter Ruins. That's 2-3. Huh. That's interesting. With the amount that we have committed to right now, we won't actually get farther than I did before, but it's pretty damn close, isn't it? Pretty damn close to it. Let's go do a thing. We need to turn this into Let me go into my album and get rid of some shit. I'll toss some hurl hammers. The scissors? Probably the scissors. Great, I have to do fucking inventory management on my stickers. It's not even complicated. I just need to hit plus. I just need to hit the start button. Plus, but what is it on? Is this start select on a 3DS? Whatever. I just have to do that. I want to get the faucet just in case. I don't know if it actually will make a difference. It'd be one thing if you could reasonably get through it without, or with or without the item, right? Like, if you could, just by being good at video games, get through that boss without going and getting the scissors, I think that would be cool. But instead, it's just like, nah, man, each sticker does about 1 to 3 damage, and you have about 30 stickers, and he has about 90 health. So, you know... Oh, maybe you don't. Maybe you have, like, 45 stickers. But still, you'd have to go through most of them, and even then, health is an issue at that point. Alright, we're running back. Running this back. Let's, hit up the save on the way. I still got more cards. Let me bust one out. Not sure if I have... Not sure how many I had. I had some extra ones that weren't in my notes, so... Not sure how many of those there were, though. Did you hear about Nintendo vouchers? Are back in NA. That's right. The thing where you can buy a $100 voucher that you can use to unlock 2 Nintendo Switch games. Which is, you know, if you do the math, a $20 savings. They're back. After years of them being gone, / years of them existing in other territories. Kinda nice. Kinda nice. I definitely think, like, when I go to get Zelda, right? When I get Zelda, I'll definitely go for that. I'll pick up a voucher, and I'll tell you, I don't know what else I will be getting with that voucher yet. You know, it's not like... Nintendo doesn't really have the most... Doesn't really have a ton announced right now. Doesn't really have a ton announced right now, but... You know, I bet within a year's time we'll see something from Nintendo that is worth getting. You know, whether it's something they announce at E3 or... I'd be incredibly surprised if there was not a second game worth getting from Nintendo this year. That would be basically unprecedented, even in the slowest of their, like, years. I'll pick up this, but I don't know. I think I tried this and it was a bit shit last time, wasn't it? I'll pick it up though. What the fuck? Why not? It's a nice thing, you know? And yeah, if you're like sure you're gonna buy some Nintendo games in a year, it just saves you 20 bucks. Wait, is it the trumpet? Do we have to... Wait, do we have to do the trumpet? Or will the scissors be enough? It's not the trumpet. If it is the trumpet, that is so fucking annoying. Jesus, it's not just like, oh, you know, stamp eyes the things. Just stamp eyes whatever you get, and when you get to the boss, you'll be good to go. It's like, no. Get something right before the boss, leave, and then come back. Once, come back later. Oh, I can just hit start to skip. Good. Anyway, definitely gonna redeem a bunch of those, or at least one of those when Tears of the Kingdom comes out. That's gonna be very nice. Okay, let's try double shell. That's not a lot of damage, but I'll take it. Dang it. Okay, let's try scissors. That's gotta be it, right? Like, cut this guy into pieces, into his constituent parts. That's gotta be the right answer. $20. Okay, that barely worked. What about fountain? What about faucet? Does faucet work? Soggy. Didn't even last a fucking turn! He's already not soggy! What a fucking load of shit! So is it the horn? Was it the horn? Oh my god. Oh, now, okay. I did. Let's restart it. It's saved, right? Yeah, it looks good. Imagine if save files were busted. If all this time, all our progress hadn't been saved. And restarting, you know, kicked us back all the way out to wherever. Fortunately, that is not the case. That would be a nightmare scenario. How about another card? Got a few more. Did you hear about Last of Us backstory becoming real? I saw this going around. Some people on Discord were talking about it. Apparently, there's some science reporting saying, like, oh, deadly funguses are adapting to be more heat resistant given climate change, and you know, that's very bad news for those of us who live in, you know, the world. Very similar to what was the premise of you know, the Last of Us TV show that sort of, you know, talks about like, oh yeah, the fungal stuff, we don't really have like natural defense to them other than our bodies being too hot for most of the really bad ones. So if, you know, those ones were to adapt to be better at handling hot bodies, then gonna be some trouble. And I did, and I had been talking to like some of my folks about it, right, or whatever, about like, is that really feasible? Is that really like logical? And the basic argument they made is like, well, antifungals exist. We already have those. And apparently, from what I read the scientists say in that little article, it sounds like, oh yeah, no, there's a lot of stuff that antifungals just deals with like the milder stuff. The antifungals that we have specifically deal with things that you know, can't deal with our body. In other words, with the temperature of our body, and if the ones that did, that can't deal with our body, became able to deal with it, we'd be in trouble. I don't know that I'm like really scared or anything, you know, like I see that and go like, okay, well, you know, a lot of stuff has to go wrong for it to become a serious threat, right? A lot has to go wrong. I don't think a lot will go wrong. All right. And I'm gonna restart the audio again. 1 second. Just gonna turn it off and on again. Get it a little bit more in sync. Feel like it might have been out of sync there. Just a scotch, you know. And I definitely don't think, like, zombies are gonna happen. Like, nah, it's just gonna be, like, general, you know, infection stuff, except, more dangerous, you know? Apparently, you know, there are fungal spores getting into your body all the time, you know, because they kind of saturate the air. Funguses do. It's just that, like the scientists said, most of them can get no purchase in your body. They are just so not suited to it that they just fall apart as soon as they're in there. Hey, this is when they're vulnerable. Thank you for the tutorial. I mean, I guess I could have used it the first time, but... Alright, I'm gonna do... I need to heal, just in case this guy gets an attack off before, like, you know, whatever. next turn, right? But maybe he'll be immobilized by this and it'll be great. Still only 20, but they are put onto the floor. So are they vulnerable now? Okay, well, hopefully this will do a bunch of damage to this guy. Flashy jump and a shiny jump. Oh, that's ridiculous. Okay. That just about kills them automatically then. Wait, what? They got Big Goomba on their backside. Okay, that's done. That was pretty fast. After we actually did the thing. Okay. Okay. I really don't care about any of this, Kirsty. That makes 6 levels beaten. Number 7 is the... Number 7 is next. Oh, God. Oh, I want to finish this. What's this plot? A sticker fluttered down from the sky. Excited Goombas cheered from on high. This is all the plot of this whole world. And it's like an afterthought. Literally, it comes after you do the world. Do you get any plot? And it's like 3 sentences. It's less story than a near weapon bio. And also, you know, a near weapon bio is good. And this is like, not. Jeez. I very much dislike every part of this game. Huh. 2-1. We got 1 level left that we're, you know, what's it, Oh, that's cool. We got an extra page now. That's nice. We got 1 level left that we're committed to. But, of course, this is, you know, we're doing the subathon style. Any additional sub would lock in an additional level. A bunch of subs would lock in a bunch of levels. I will say, though, you know, I'm not going to go too late into the night. You know, what with, you know, it being a work night and all. Can't exactly go, you know, into the morning, into the too deep at night. What? Oh, I see. So you're saying so the one of them is a poison mushroom, is what the deal is here. Wait, are these? Will any boot do, or does it have to be a specific? one. Probably anyone does. Okay, let's do this then. In any case, we'll see what happens. Oh, I hope this is the most complicated thing in this this level. I guess that's how they keep you from going in here earlier, because you need to have a poison mushroom to proceed. And if you don't have that, you know, there's nothing you can do, and you only get that midway into World 1. Just one more left. I'm gonna say that to myself. Just one more left. Surely there won't be more after that, but we're in the home stretch, assuming there's no further subs within this next level. Which, you know, I'd appreciate, but also you would curse me to play more of this game, and I'll say every level has taken more out of me than I, perhaps in my heart of hearts, estimated. You know, when I went in here, I was thinking like, will 6 be enough to start with? You know, will that be enough? Or will we just like tear through that and it'll be like a, you know, an hour-long, you know, big event stream? That'd be kind of anticlimactic, but no, sir, this... Every level has been a struggle so far. Had to talk to family. Hey, man, no problem. I was just talking about the, how we're in the home stretch. Bella bro. Oh, look at this. This is the first original character we've seen. Oh, it's not an original character, it's an enemy. You know what I'm noticing now that I'm, like, paying attention? The animation on, like, these characters, they're lower frame rates than, like, in the original Paper Mario games. It feels like those ones had, like, more frames of animation, more fluid animation, which is weird considering this was 10 years later. The farther we go, the more we notice things that are not great. Huh. Oh, good, he ran away. He's a coward, you see. With the way that he is staying there in place, makes me worry we'll eventually have to kill him, defeat him, and we'll need something to do it. Like a specific item or some such. And nah, there's multiple of them. He can't be... We'll probably be fine. One of them is hiding. That's not a good sign. I'm glad that we did those other levels in World 1, because if we didn't, then we'd have to do multiple levels of World 2. That seems like it's a pain in the ass. Okay, so Bella Bros is saying he only attacks you if you engage. Gotcha, okay, so from the sounds of it then, you don't actually need to go in on him and engage in battle. How about another card? I'm gonna do another card. Been playing Marvel Snap, just got She-Hulk. Mentioned Marvel Snap stuff earlier. I could say now, right before the stream, I got She-Hulk. She just got moved to Pool 3, Collection Series 3, as part of the series drop that they're doing. And I'm really happy about it. She's a fucking amazing card. She-Hulk, let me explain what She-Hulk does. Wow, that guy has a lot of health. Let me explain what She-Hulk does in Marvel Snap. She-Hulk is a 6-cost card with 10 damage, and she costs 1 mana, 1 energy less for every point of energy unspent the previous turn. Which basically means that if you skip turn 5, you can get out a free, basically free, She-Hulk on turn 6, plus another big card. Or if you use Wave, you can, which is a card I don't have, sadly, you can get out, she's a card that's very easy to cheat out, in other words, and get for free. Or next to free. The next best thing to free. Which I'm really excited for. I just got her and I'm looking forward to putting her to work in many a deck. Like I said, I don't have Wave yet, so can't exactly do like the perfect Death, Wave, Infinite. Well, maybe not Infinite, but he makes sense in a deck like that. Can't exactly make the perfect deck with her yet, but god damn if she's not good. I definitely could find a place in my... Honestly, could have a good place in my, my Arnim Zola deck, actually, come to think of it. I should probably do that. I should probably put her in my Arnim Zola deck. Now that I think about it. That makes perfect sense. I'm gonna run away from this. I don't know where I'm going. But I guess, there's the whole desert I haven't explored yet. Marvel Snap, for if you don't know, Bella Bros, it's a card game. It's on phones. And it's made by the guy what made Hearthstone. So if you like Hearthstone, just know that you're in good hands. Like the guy what led Hearthstone, formerly a Blizzard. He's now at his own company, and they made a Marvel-based card game that you can play in like 3 minutes. Like each round is 3 minutes long. It's pretty sick and very addicting. Maybe this level is simple. Maybe we only just need to go, we just need to go forward. Not into Marvel? Gotcha. I'll say, like, I'm not the biggest Marvel fan these days. Like, I've sort of fallen off the cinematic universe a good deal, but... I'll say, like, since I was really into Hearthstone, I was looking forward to this, and sure enough, it's been pretty huge, especially in a lot of the Discords I'm in. A lot more people maybe got into it than I was expecting. Gotcha, some characters. I'll say, like, with the fact that it's a card game, like a collectible card game, they're, like, constantly adding new cards, and for that, they often, mine obscure characters from, like, the annals of Marvel. So, like, right now, this month, they just added a card called Zabu, who is like the saber-toothed tiger pet of like a prehistoric guy who is like their Tarzan. It's like Marvel's Tarzan equivalent. And well, this card is one of the best cards out there right now. And as such, like, yeah, this card that no one has ever heard of before, Zabu, the saber-toothed tiger, is like the talk of the town. Everyone's using him. It's pretty interesting. You saw from an ad there's a free male Hulk. Yeah, it's your name is She-Hulk, I'm pretty sure. I think it's because you like Hulk. I guess that is a weird name, just Hulk but she. But it's because Hulk is like a simple folk. Talk simple, That's sort of how he would say that sort of thing. Is the end in sight? Is that the end? Could that be the end of the sticker special right up there. If we can get it. If we can get it. I think it's inside. I think we're doing this. Let me do one last card. I think I have one more. Y'all ever hear about, y'all ever hear of such a thing as a lunch and learn? Lunch and learn. I saw some people talking about it. Apparently that's a thing where they do a meeting and you're expected to have lunch during the meeting. You know, a working lunch. Where I'm from, where my company, we call them brown bags, but I'll say I think that's a bit of a scam, you know? That's your break time. And if you're expected to work during your break time, it's not exactly a break, is it? Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Other than, you know, I've never eaten lunch during one of them because they're like online and shit. It's not like, you know, they're gonna force you to not do a break, but yeah. Is She-Hulk a new hero then? She's not new. I'll say in Marvel Snap, it's a card game. The characters from it are, you know, old characters, right? She's not new, but I got her for the first time is what I'm saying. Would you look at that? That level was not bad at all. That was a nice short one. Folks, we've done the amount of levels, you know, locked in by the subs, by y'all's generous subs across last month and this month and also during the stream. Thank you a lot, Anonymous Gifter, gifting one. You know, it would have been a little bit weird, a little bit sad if one had not come in during the event itself, during the subathon, and sure enough, one did. I thank you a lot for the generous thing. Alright, folks. Unless another sub were to come in the next minute or two, I think that's gonna call it for tonight. Let me see who's online, who I can send you to. Poncho Taco is doing Mario Maker. I'm a Mario Maker streamer. Poncho Taco has been posting at one of the Discords I'm in. I want to go head over there and, you know, see if we can, and, you know, let him know. Say hi. Let's do that. That sounds like a good idea to me. Seems pretty popular too, so probably in for a good time. I'm gonna do the raid. Thank y'all for joining me. I'm putting it in now. The raid is in action. The raid is in motion. Let me say, this week is a special week, as you might have noticed. Special streams this week. There's no stream tomorrow. No Thursday stream of Persona 5, as I would normally do, because I did this stream instead. But I will be doing my normal Friday stream, 6 p.m. Central, viewer levels, Mario Maker 2, as I normally do. I'll see y'all next time. Y'all have a good evening, good night, and thanks for coming by. I'll see you Friday.